Good part of the day, my dear digital friends. Anna Dieter is here. I have been having vacation for 3 months, so it's time to get back to work, right? So if you are joining me, please be aware that even though I am multi-streaming in many, many platforms, but I am doing pause due to poor connection. Oh, okay. Okay. So I am on Instagram, but even though you can see me on Instagram, I still recommend you go and join my live stream in YouTube, because only when you see me in full screen, you can see what I'm sharing with you, what I will be sharing with you. So just bear with me, Instagram people. I just got notification it was poor connection or whatever. So I'm going to pay attention to my computer screen, which is right in front of me as well. Just a little information for you, Instagram people. Anyway, so once again, I am back to doing live streams. I am back to doing my work. And today I'm really excited to make a big announcement that my work, studying, learning about what natural speech is and what it is not, and what stuttering is and what it is not, my work has been completed once and for all. Now it's time for you people who still struggle because of too many lies you believe, unfortunately. So it's time for you, my dear digital friends, to make a choice whether you want to live stutter-free or you are used to it and you are okay with it. Because I have been recently explaining that stuttering is a silent killer. I'm not kidding. It's killing you no matter what they tell you. Of course, they tell you that you need to accept it, you need to advertise it, you need to get used to it. But once again, how can you get used to something that is killing you? Slowly but surely killing you. So I am here to present any answer to your questions. In case you have questions, go ahead and ask. So I am doing multi-streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And I'm also connected on my cell phone. I'm connected to Instagram. So what are we going to do today? As you see, the title for my live stream is 4 Levels to Speech Mastery for People Who Stutter. Why am I talking about speech mastery? Because speech mastery has different levels. Stuttering is the ground zero of speech mastery. It's something that people who stutter do not have. It's quite opposite from speech mastery. Speech mastery, or you can say the excellent skills, communication skills, speaking skills, excellent. Very, very high level of the speech quality. Okay? It's very easy to speak. It's accurate when you speak. When you say each word, it is accurate. So, good part of the day, Mr. Mir Tahir. Good to see you. Thank you for joining my live stream. You're the first one after a whole summer. Okay, and the question is again so old. But of course, you are asking what you have been conditioned, programmed to ask. You just asked me a question. Can stuttering be cured? No, it cannot. And the answer to this question, no, because stuttering is not a sickness. You even use the word cure. What do we cure? We cure sicknesses, right? We cure diseases. Let's say if you have a pain in your tooth, how can it be cured? You go to a dentist, and the dentist pull your tooth out or cure it with all kinds of medications. Maybe it does some work, dental work. That's how you cure the pain that you have in your tooth, right? But how can you cure something that is not causing you any pain? Physical pain. Of course, with some of you, it does cause physical pain. But what is it that causes you pain? It's something that you do. You do something that is abnormal, and you cause your body, mind, computer that we all have. Tahir, you were born with excellent, totally healthy body and mind computer. When you were born, you received it at birth, right? And that body, mind computer electronic device is perfect to begin learning to do anything that people around you do. So every single child is born equipped with perfect ability to speak. Every single child can speak unless something is really abnormal in terms of physical abnormality, like you don't have the tongue, you don't have a mouth, you don't have some tools for speaking. Do you have your mouth? Do you have your physical muscles? Do you have your physical ability to use the muscles? Yes, you do. You were born equipped with all the tools for learning to speak just like everyone else on the planet, with ease, with accuracy, with confidence eventually, right? This is what's called speech mastery. Okay? So, the bottom line, the answer to your question is my whole live stream today. If you want to have specific questions, then you will know what to do, how to receive the answers to your questions. So, but instead of asking if stuttering can be cured, ask me a simple question. What is stuttering? What is stuttering? Because everything you've ever heard about stuttering is a bunch of commercial lies. Commercial lies. I don't want to talk about it today because if you want, you can go back 3 months ago when I did my last podcast, my last live stream, and listen. You can also read tons of my books I have written about what stuttering truly is. But the bottom line, today I am excited to present my newly updated website. Yes, sometimes I think that people even don't use websites today. Just go to some social media place and just find people who are present in various social media platforms. You find them and you ask a question directly. This is what I get. I get a lot of questions from people on Instagram, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, everywhere. But when I tell them, hey, go to my website, they go to my website and they get totally confused. They do not expect to see what they see. And I have to agree with you guys who have been to my old website because it's been kind of confusing. I wanted to share everything I knew about natural, normal speech and stuttering, everything I knew. And every time I would learn something new, I would add to my website, add. And my website ended up being really heavy with too much information that is not easy to understand quickly. Okay, so this is why. Deepankar, hi, glad to see you visiting my live podcast on Instagram. My recommendation, switch to YouTube, because this is where I'm going to begin presenting the topic of today's live stream. So let's go. What I have done, I have minimized my website. I have worked really hard and invested a lot of money. That's how it works. Everything has to be money, 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 right? Investing money for someone else's work that I cannot do. So, the bottom line, let's go there. So, 4 levels to speech mastery for people who stutter. This is the topic that we're going to go very specifically into. Okay, so let me show to you the website. Here it is. This is the homepage. You can see it. So the homepage, right after you log into my website, in the phone view, it looks a little bit different. But in the computer desktop view, this is what you're going to see. That's what I have right now, and I'm going to share with you. So the homepage says, welcome to the land of truth about stuttering. Truth. Once again, I'm going to repeat everything you have heard about stuttering is a bunch of lies. Why? Go ahead and read my books. Understand that this is the commercial project to make money nonstop from people who believe that they are sick, they are disordered, and their sickness is incurable, and you have to accept it, or you have to do some kind of a cure. You need to look for different methods, techniques to do all kinds of training of your speech, blah, 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 for the rest of your life. This is a commercial project to make money on your struggles. If you still believe that you have an incurable sickness, it means you still haven't waken up. You still are not awakened. So all my books, you see them behind my back here, for people on Instagram, I just showed. I have tons of them. I have written them in different languages. You can go ahead and read. The books will begin your awakening journey. It's the beginning to awaken. Okay, the beginning. I need to advertise my book. I haven't done anything to advertise, to market my book. I simply don't have money to do that. And time. I mean, I'm one person in the English-speaking world. I can't do it all. Everything you learn about etalon, natural way of speaking, is coming from here. I'm the only source of this true information. But let's continue. So here we go. Welcome to the world, to the land of truth about stuttering. And here you will see, I'm going to go to this, what I explain in a very simple way. I ask directly, do you still stuttering? Are you still afraid of public speaking? You are not sick. You are not disordered. You are simply blocked. Yes, you can speak normally like everyone else on the planet. You can speak easily. You can speak with no difficulties. Yes, you can. But your innate ability is blocked at the moment. What are those blocks? Those blocks are a lot of misconceptions, misinformation spread by commercial project carriers, people who work for, okay, let me move my computer screen a little bit so I could see if there are any questions. Oh, I like the question, by the way. I'm going to distract myself with your question. Thank you. Soul charts. But Moses stuttered, slow tongue, and that was long before this plan, correct? I don't know if this is correct. Moses is a character of the Bible. The Bible has been written and rewritten millions of times. I don't know whether it's true or not. Where did you get the Bible? Where did you get information about Moses being a stutterer? From the commercial system, making money on everyone on the planet, making money, even religious people make money. It's a commercial system. I have nothing against people making money when they work and present the true information. But when people believe lies and they present lies everywhere, they may not even be aware of that. You got to understand, truly religious people may not be aware that what they believe is a bunch of fairy tales. I don't know what's true, what's not today in things I see online, everywhere. Even Meta AI, when you ask a question, it gives information it finds online. Whether it's true or not, you gotta take it seriously. You gotta take it with a doubt. Okay, how do they say salt of doubt? Forgot the idiomatic expression. So, Irfan Ali, good morning, Miss Anna. Good to see you again. Yay! I finally see people. I guys miss you. I didn't even realize that. So, to answer your question, solely charts. Everything you see online, you need to double check, triple check. It may be not the truth. However, I'll give you one thing that may make sense to you. Let's say Moses really was a real guy. Okay, he really existed. How many years ago? Thousands? Hundreds of thousands of years ago? I don't know. What is it the Bible said? Today's Bible, modern Bible says. Okay, by the way, Moses is the character of Christianity, right? Christian, Catholic, Judaism, whatever. But if you take Muslim religion, they don't believe in Moses. They believe in Buddha, right? I mean, I don't, a Buddha is probably something else. I'm not that strong in religious things because I don't pay much attention to fairy tales. Okay? So, however, I do pay a lot of attention to things that are real. What is real? Things I see with my body and mind. I see 4,000 years ago. Yeah, thank you for letting me know. Were you alive back then? Were your parents alive? Were your grandparents alive? We don't know. Humans remember only may carry information. And still it's distracted. It's kind of not correct sometimes. About 100 years. That's it. It's kind of like on the average 1-2 generations. And what happened before? We don't know. We tend to trust what's written. But once again, they change information. Whoever wants to change it to make more financial profit, confuse people, they change information. And information becomes misinformation. So when Mistress Nishko goes, I don't know if information about me and information in my books will remain. I don't know. I doubt. Because this information, true information, simply is not profitable for the system. You stop stuttering in 3 days. Who needs this truth? Who needs that? The system needs to keep confusing, selling lies, selling techniques, selling training techniques, selling treatment methods. You keep coming back to the system. You pay, 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 and not just financial investment. You give your emotional energy, because there are entities that feed off this emotional energy. I'm not talking about materialistic things. I'm talking about the fine matter, which is a lot of people are aware of today. So the bottom line, 4,000 years ago, something happened, maybe, maybe not, and you believe it. And you read in the books and you trust that this is reality. It may not be reality. However, as I mentioned, I can give you a very interesting fact. If someone walks for 33 years in the desert and not speaking much, walking in the quietness, right? Silently walking around, not communicating with people, guess what's happening? This person will forget how to speak. This person, the first time he's going to attempt to say any word, he's going to have difficulties. Because as we say, even today, and this idiomatic expression goes forever, and I support it with everything I do, use it or lose it. What is it that they say? When you ride a bike, your muscle memory will keep it, right? If you don't ride a bike for many, many years, you will still remember how to do it. This is kind of a lie. I have experienced it on myself. When I was young, I rode a bike. I was really good at riding a bike. And then, let's say 40 years later, I got on the bike. I was so nervous. I was going crazy. My mind went crazy. Yes, I was able to ride a bike, but it was like this. It was like I even fell off the bike because I lost my skill of riding the bike. I lost it. The same may have happened to Moses if you like him so much, if you really believe that he was walking in the desert for 33 years quietly. How can you remember? You lose the muscle memory once again. Body, mind, computer works just like your desktop. You have your desktop. I have it right now in front of me. And if I don't use an app, what does the computer tell me? The computer asks me, you haven't used this app for a long time. Do you need it or you want me to erase it? I mean, today I believe my computer doesn't ask this. I don't know if this is still the case, but I have noticed that some files that I haven't used for a while, especially video files, I cannot open them today. My computer got rid of them. The system gets rid of the information that is not being used. Soul charts. I hope. Exactly. That's what I see you wrote. If you don't use it, you lose it. Exactly. So that's what happened to Moses, even in the fairy tale called Bible. Okay. But they don't explain it to you. They tell you that, oh, Moses was a stutterer or somebody else was a stutterer. You know what, guys? I don't want to get off topic because right now I want to present my website. So once again, I'm going to go back. Welcome to the land of truth about stuttering. You are not disordered. You're not sick. You don't need any treatment. You don't need any techniques for training your speech. Your speech freedom starts with unblocking. Unblocking. Why? Because you are blocked. And what does it mean, blocks? Your blocks are like handcuffs, shackles. Imagine you have handcuffs on your hands, and someone will tell you, okay, go ahead and play. Here is the basketball. You grab the basketball. Can you play basketball with ease? Can you dribble the ball with ease? No. You're going to feel not at ease. You're going to feel blocked. And because of these shackles on your body, you will have a hard time doing things that used to be easy for you when your hands were free. So, stuttering is exactly a set of blocks on both your body and mind. And this problem, the blocks, make it easy, make it difficult for you to move freely. You can't freely move your tools. You don't have access, free access to using freely, moving freely your, for example, this part of the body called usta. Usta is the movable part of your head, which works according to the laws of Mother Nature. The first law called gravity law. It works according to the law of gravity. There are other laws of nature that you need to use your usta, which is again the muscles here drop, relax, and everything drops down because of the gravity. Okay. And what is it? It's the lower jaw and all the meat, all the muscles attached to your jaw. Okay, Desi said hi on Instagram. I said hi to him as well. So the next part, I'm gonna go really quickly. Right here on the home page, it is now freely available to you. The webinar that I did it used to be available only to people who would just watch my webinar. They would have to do through steps and just watch it. So now it's freely available. Your freedom from stuttering starts with unblocking. Take 4 steps to your stutter-free life. It explains what you need to do to come to my classes, and enroll in my class, any of my class, okay, and use any of my tools. It's 4 steps. Watch it. It's freely available now for you. Now, the next part, what makes the unblocking approach so unique? Number 1, it's natural. It's based on the laws of nature. Do you understand that? It's nothing that some people invented and sold for you. No. Number 2, it's quick and effective. Only 3 days. Your speech gets unblocked. We remove all the blocks of your body and mind in only 3 days. Sometimes people become unblocked in 1 day. Sometimes, very, very rarely. But if you are smart, you can do it. Okay, but once again, smart, I don't mean that you have read a lot of systemic books, because those books just confuse you and make you really blocked. They block you. So number 3, unblocking is 100% guaranteed successful outcome, has a 100 success guaranteed outcome. 100% success, which comes with a 3-day course only, by the way. And the last reason why the unblocking approach is so unique, that it's been tested on over 10,000 students since 1998. Every time it works in the same way, and you can read more about that. In our online unblocking school, we will help you restore your innate ability to speak beautifully and easily in just 3 days. And when you see the words are underlined, you can just go and click on it. Why so quickly? The difficulties of a healthy but blocked person who stutters are not a disorder. It's something I already explained. I'm not going to talk about it now. So, and right away, there are two options. Choose the course you are ready to enroll in. You see 1-day introduction course, 3-day full unblocking course. Okay. And at the end of the page, homepage, your Stutter-Free life can start today. Schedule a complimentary video call on any video platform. I need to see you to guide you, okay? So it makes it very easy how to schedule consultation, how to contact, blah, blah, blah. It's all very easy. The second page, if you go to testimonials, you see written testimonials, you see video testimonials. It's all the same, but it's very easy now to proceed. Now, the next page, about page, you're going to learn about our vision. Once again, my mission, my vision is a world without lies about stuttering. My mission, our mission, to awaken people who stutter to the truth about stuttering and speaking naturally. The next point of our mission, to enlighten all who stutter that they can live a stutter-free life, right? Because that's what you know. No, it's incurable. I have to accept it. It's all lies. So our mission is to educate individuals who stutter about the existence of natural speech tools and the natural norms for their use. Yes, we give natural tools. You're going to learn later on another page. The mission is to transform all speech strugglers to follow the natural speech norms, and to elevate millions of people fearful of speaking from dependence on some advisors, on even on an editor, eventually on someone else. Stop being dependent. You need to go from dependence to independence. My job is to elevate you. So then there is information about our natural approach, individual education, individual etalon speech and blocking courses. Who are they for? Why do you need a mentorship? Why do you need to invest money, time, effort, life, your time? Why do you need a mentorship? Not just any kinds of mentorship, but this mentorship of a person who truly understands what natural speech is and what does it mean to speak without stuttering, without difficulties, without lies in your head. Reprogram your own mind. Okay? So there are certain things that I have done, like for the humanity, we all combined it in one page on about page. Now, the next is very important. It's called unblocking options. Here we go. There are different unblocking options. And right away, the page starts with how quickly do you want to transform your life? Do you want to continue struggling for the rest of your life? Do you want to go and study, read tons of books, or you want to just 3 days and your life is unblocked? You are unblocked. You begin speaking like everyone else on the planet. No difficulty, no tension, no stuttering. Is that what you want? Then here are two unblocking. There are actually 3 unblocking options, but there are 2 roads. You see in this image I have created. You can go forever. You can read books. See, I edit my Awaken from Stuttering book now because I have written it and published. So here we go. How quickly do you want to transform your life? Look at this picture. Okay? Would you prefer to keep trying your best alone? Keep reading books, trying to figure it out, trying to apply the best you can, going through trials and errors, right? Or you want to secure your success with a mentor in just 3 days. Here is your mentor. Here, your mentor is right here. Okay? So, and here we go. There are individual course. It's one road. Individual courses, one road. And the other road is the beginning of your journey, and try to figure it out by reading books. Why books are not the way to go, I have explained many times. I can explain one more time, but let me go through this. If you ask me why books is not the way to go, if you're interested, I can post to some destinations. Oh, that's okay. Okay, so individual courses, full disclosure of what individual courses are. There is also a little watch now button that you can click and listen to my video I have created a long time ago about individual courses. If you are visual, you can listen to the videos. But the summary about the courses, it's right here. 3-day full unblocking course. The maximum amount of students' monetary contribution and their diligent work in exchange for the instructors unlimited time and dedication. Unlimited. So, to say it in simple words, when you are with me for 3 days, we don't look at the watch. We don't care about the time we spend in the class. I sometimes spend up to 30 hours over the 3 days with my student. Up to 30 hours. Okay? I don't care. I go for the result. I want you to awaken. I want you to get unblocked. I want you to leave my classroom totally unblocked and speaking freely within the oral vocabulary you have. Of course, words that you don't know how to say with this part of the body, you still need to continue learning. You need to build your muscle memory. If you want to know more, go and watch some other videos and podcasts I have done. So, and by the way, it's also explained on my other page. Yeah. So the 3-day full, by the way, I haven't read this. So individual courses, please note, only courses with a mentor are tailored towards your individual unblocking needs. The books are general information. They're just general. I mean, it's correct information, of course. Nothing, there are no fantasy in those books, but it's just general information. It's not specifically for your individual needs. Okay, so, and individual courses number 2 is only 1-day introduction course, which is the way it is. It's like basic unblocking, very basic. Yes, you're going to get unblocked technically. This part of the body, on the very first day of the class, we unblock technical ability to speak. You understand what it means to speak normally. Let your usta say every word, okay, that you want to say technically. But it's a very basic unblocking. It's just introduction. If you have more blocks in your mind, we just simply don't have time to address that. We don't have time to unblock your mind much. We unblock your body, but your mind may still be blocked. This is why only 1 day comes with a 100% information. So let's go to the third option, educational books. And look at this picture. Who have you ever met have written so many books? And those books are not all, because I have written books in Russian and in English books over the past 13 years. Okay? And of course, you may not realize that when you write books in different languages, it's almost like different books, because you have to address mentality, different types of mentality. English speakers and Russian speakers, they have very different mentality, a lot. And when you write for Russian speaking people, you use Russian idiomatic expressions. You address it from the angle that only Russian speakers can understand and get the information. But when you go and begin writing in English language, you need totally different idiomatic expressions. You need totally different concepts. You need to use different, maybe, references, because I mean, in my latest book, Awaken from Stuttering, I did use a lot of Russian mentality things, because I couldn't just find anything similar in English language. So I had to translate, I had to explain it. I'll just tell you that the book in Russian is much shorter than in English. Okay, because I had to use a lot more explanation. So even if you look at these 5 books on the picture, keep in mind, these books, double them. I have written more than 10 books over the course of 13 years. And you got to understand, when you read, of course, you learn a lot. You collect information, you process it in your mind, and you simply, and I'm not the person who lightly is getting convinced. No. I believe only things I see, I hear, I have experienced. Okay? So, if you go under this picture, you will see this watch now. You see that watch now. If you click on it, you can listen to the first 4 parts of the latest book, Awaken from Stuttering, in audio format. By the way, the very first chapter of the book, there are 4 parts, which is like 3 parts. It's different parts of the book: forward, introduction, blah, blah, blah. But I have also done the audio book of the first chapter of Awaken from Stuttering. And guess what? I have read it myself for you. I know I have a Russian accent, but I wasn't satisfied with AI voices. They just didn't sound right to me. And I took my time to read it out loud for you. To make it shorter, what I did, I'll tell you, I cut out pauses between words, which I didn't like doing, but I did it because when people see the video over 20 minutes, they go crazy. They don't want to listen to it. That's the life today. But anyway, you can speed it up if you want, but once again, I don't like when people speed up teachers. You got to understand, the way I speak, I never run in my speech. Why? Because I know the moment I begin running in speech, I will feel the block instantly, ruthless, inevitable block in my body and mind. I will make mistakes. I will stumble. It's not a pleasant experience. I know. You have experienced it. You experience it each and every day. It's not pleasant. Sometimes it's even painful. People complain they have pain here, they have pain here. They're out of breath when they begin running. But the problem is, you will never stop running until you understand what it is you need to do instead. Why I'm not running? Why? Because I am using correctly the natural tools. What are these tools? You can learn about some of them, the basic ones, in one of the videos on YouTube I posted. It's only 4 minutes, but will you understand it? I don't know. Okay, so let me quickly look at here. Oh, there is one person only watching me. Okay, that's okay. I'm going to continue. So here are the books, right? You can, I guess people went to my website to check online. So next, enrollment, course enrollment. This is one of the most important pages. Course enrollment. Ready to unblock your natural speech to end stuttering quickly and for good? Then you would have to enroll in a 3-day unblocking class. Of course, you can start with a 1-day course because it's no different than the first day of the 3-day course. But if you desire to speak right away 3 days and the problem is gone, and you know what to do after that, after graduation from the class, then you have to enroll in the 3-day course. I recommend. But you can, it's still better than just reading books or just going here and there. Take at least the first day of the class. 1 day, it's introduction. So, but in order enroll in the 3-day class and complete the following 4 levels to reach your speech mastery. So how do you reach your speech mastery, which is again the opposite from stuttering? It's like playing a video game. If you play a video game, you have to go through different levels, right? You're getting lives. So you go through different levels. This is what I am using now on my website. I'm explaining it to you that you also have to go through 4 levels of completion. The first level to your speech mastery, I called enrollment. The whole process of enrollment in my class, in any of my classes, it's a enrollment process. So what is it that you need to do? You need to book a free complimentary video call with me. I will determine your blocks, your needs, your desires to advise you how to proceed appropriately. Then you need to choose the course option. Will you try? Are you ready to choose to enroll in 1-day introduction course just to see what it is, if what I'm saying truly is the case? Or you are ready to enroll in a 3-day full unblocking course. Then you read carefully, print out, fill in, sign, and submit the enrollment form for the course you have chosen to enroll in it. Okay? And I want you to understand that to enroll in the course, you need to fill out the form. And the form is now available on the website. I mean, technology allows it. I don't have to send it to you, blah, blah, blah. So you just go to the to my new website, and I will tell you what page to go to. I think it's in donation. Yeah, donation and grants page. Right, that's what it is. Or maybe in contacts. We're going to go there. I still don't remember myself. So the bottom line, you download it, you sign it, you send it to me, and then you go to the next. If you are approved by the teacher, you can transfer the funds to donations and grants page. Okay? Please print and save your donation receipt for your records. Keep it. You need to remember that you just invested money, made a financial investment. Then you can contact me to schedule the day and time for testing. And testing is the next level. Let's go to the next level. The second level is called testing, which is a 30-minute individual session on a video platform of your choice. Literally, you want to go on LinkedIn, you want to go on Instagram, you want to go and communicate with me on here, there. I mean, I'm available anywhere. I can do it. I mean, I'm used to using Skype, but now it's Teams, it's Google Meet, it's whatever you call it, right? It's Instagram, whatever you do. So prepare and okay. So, and I explain what do you need to prepare for testing. Number one, you need to prepare a word dictionary in all the languages you want to unblock your speech in. It is advisable to choose a dictionary with words written without any markings or divisions in parts. Words should not be divided. It's very hard to find this kind of a dictionary. Anywhere you go, you see all kinds of markings on the words, all kinds of divisions, separations of words. And then we get surprised. Why do I stutter? Because you read and learn the word broken in parts. That's why. That's why when you attempt to say it, you break it in parts. But I'm not going to talk about it now. So beware, most modern dictionaries contain numerous errors. Now, the next step, you need to prepare, not step, but what you need to prepare for the testing time, for half an hour testing. Prepare a simple book for reading out loud during testing and the course itself. Choose a chapter book for teenagers with short stories and illustrations similar to a children's encyclopedia. Next, you install a Google Translate app on both your desktop, computer, and phone. Make at least 5 to 10 working phone numbers to call in class. What do I mean by working numbers? So if you call, people are not going to put you on hold and people are going to pick up the phone. Okay? Next, you need to arrange a quiet class environment free from disturbing and or distracting noises. If you are a minor or an adult dependent on family support, please bring at least one responsible caretaker to this session. Schedule the days and times for your class. For your class, okay? So, and this is the third and of course the most important level you need to complete. It's a 3-day class. It's a full unblocking. Only 3-day class is a full and gives you full unblocking. Very quick, almost instant unblocking in 3 days. Instant unblocking in 3 days. I call it instant because, yes, the moment you receive the tools, you discover how they work, what the tools are, how they should be used, you begin using the tools correctly according to the laws of Mother Nature, you instantly become unblocked. The shackles go off your body and mind computer. So, unblocking, a 3-day, 15 to 30 hours in a row, individual online course. Individual online course. Do you realize it? It's customized to your certain blocks, your individual blocks. And when I look at people, I see right away what blocks them from speaking like everyone else. I see it. I have developed this vision already over the course of 13 years. So unblocking. And I already show to people. I show it to people. See, I attempted to say 2 words at once and I stumbled. Didn't use correctly my tools, natural tool. Okay, what happens on day number 1? And that's, by the way, introductory course as well. Day number 1 day introductory course. It happens the same thing. You will unblock and normalize your speech apparatus, this part of the body, physical body. I mean, of course, we address a little bit of your mind because you understanding with your mind how it works automatically. You don't need to do anything. It works automatically according to the laws of Mother Nature. You will develop the ability to speak about tension and blocks, period. You will learn technically, okay, how it works. Day number 2, you will unblock and normalize your mind. You will correct errors of your attention, memory, and thinking. All the errors, all the blocks that do not allow you to use correctly your attention, memory, and thinking. Okay? Day number 3, the last day of the class, you will unblock and normalize your psyche. You will obtain freedom from the fear of people, fear of the public, and you will stop fearing and feeling helplessness. I mean, wait a second. You will obtain freedom from the fear of feeling helpless before your mental and muscular block. So a lot of people who start to say, oh, I'm feeling that the block is coming. I know I'm going to stumble. You're going to stop feeling this. You're going to stop fearing it because you will have the tool how to do it with ease, with pleasure, totally relaxed, absolutely no difficulties. Okay? You will gain full confidence in your oral speech. On the 3rd day of your class, you will develop full confidence in your oral speech. By the way, this is exactly what you see at the end of the class. My students, day number 3, after the class, I have several videos of people in 2 weeks after the class, in a year after the class, in 2 years after the class, in 4 years after the class. I have few videos of that. Of course, not enough, but people don't need me anymore. They just go and enjoy their life because they don't need advisor about their speech. So, but after the class, there is one more level, which is a must. You have to complete this level. It's called post-course quarantine. This word now, quarantine, is finally available to understanding by a lot of people, unfortunately, because during COVID time, we quarantined ourselves, right? So we wouldn't communicate with people and wouldn't catch the artificially made bacteria. Anyway, I'm not going to go there, or virus, right? Bioweapon. So the bottom line is, what does it mean, post-course quarantine? Because people often say, oh, what does it mean you don't want your students to communicate with others? No, I want my students to communicate with everyone. I just don't want them to communicate to discuss the class. I don't want them to discuss things they have learned during the class. Why? Because they may get confused again and go back, right back to blocking themselves. So this is very important to understand. What is the quarantine is? It's just foolproof guarantee. The guarantee against not being confused by getting bad information again in your mind. So let's go. Number one, you would need to isolate yourself from communication with uninformed individuals because they may confuse you. They may endanger the significant progress you have made in your 3-day class. In 1 day, in 3-day class, you may have understood a lot of things. You may have unblocked yourself. But the moment you begin discussing things with uninformed people, you become back, boom, confused. You get back the shackles, back, become confused and blocked. So if you become uncertain about something or target or forget information you learned in class, you need consult your teacher only. Complimentary. You don't need to pay anything. You have paid already. You have made that investment. If you forget something, just come to me. Don't go elsewhere. Okay, next, you do not attempt to discuss things you've learned in class with anybody so that you do not become confused and accidentally block your liberated natural speech again. You may discuss speech and stuttering with your teacher only with me. Only I know what you have done incorrectly, why you again feel uncomfort, why. Only I can remind to you how you can go back to speaking like everyone else instantly after like 10, 15 minutes of our conversation, sometimes up to an hour until I unblock you again. It's free, it's complimentary, and I guarantee it that I will do it. Next, you need to independently expand your oral vocabulary and get used to the natural laws for speaking. And you also will need to keep submitting 1-2-minute video progress reports to your teacher after the class each evening until you gain full independence in speech. Until you finally realize, using these tools, I speak perfectly and I no longer need Anna. I no longer need any advisor. I am fine the way I am. But if you are not, come to me and I will point again to things you are doing, you're still doing. And maybe you haven't learned oral words completely and you went across a word that still wasn't in your muscle vocabulary. And of course you stumbled. Give me any word to say in, let's say, in French language, I will stumble. I have no idea. I don't speak French language or Swahili language or Indonesian language or whatever. I don't know this word. My ustad doesn't have it in the vocabulary or muscle vocabulary. So now the next is how to enroll. It's time to take actions and unblock your speech. So everything made so easy. Here you can make 15-minute meeting on Google Meet in Calendly, or if you want, you just can go to contact page and make a call, schedule a call with me on a Zoom, whatever platform, any other platform. So let's go to 2 more pages, donations and grants. Thank you for your donation. Let me make it a little bigger. Yeah. Okay, donation. Thank you for your donation because of your generous contribution. La la la. So we are a nonprofit organization, 503c. This is why we call the money you invest in unblocking yourself or your loved one, we call it donation. Every single penny we receive goes into our projects. Here you donate the funds for our work so we could continue doing our work. There is again a video of some people who are totally just give endorsement. The whole family is endorsing each, I mean, total endorsement, but each etalon student's family. Yeah, those are endorsements of people who, the parents who went through our unblocking process with their children. And that's what I believe was the most powerful, and that's why. So here we go, donation amount. Look at this. I'm not hiding anything anymore. 1 hour consultation with one instructor and a editor when Mr. Roman Snishko, Professor Snishko is not involved, just myself, a person with 40 years of experience in the profession, into learning the truth about natural speech, natural tools for speaking, and what stuttering is, what stuttering really is not, and what to do, what needs to be done by any person who stutters to finally develop their total independence in speech and speak naturally without any difficulties, without anything, any troubles. Hi, Armchair. Good to see you. I don't see any questions on Instagram today. So the bottom line, 1 hour of a person like me who is not going to go for too long in this world. I am turning 67 this year. I guess I have maybe 10 more years, I hope, to continue with my mission. But then once again, as I mentioned in this podcast, my books are going to disappear. My memory is going to be gone. I'm going to be gone. And you're going to be left with, again, the system that keeps pushing all kinds of lies on you. You're going to be stuck. If you're a young person, you should unblock your speech now, right away. However, in order to deal with financial investment, you must work, must get a job. I don't like dealing with people who are students, who don't work, who feel that because they're so special, they stutter, people need to invest in them freely. No, my dear. I'm sorry. Your problem, it's your problem. It's your life. You need to invest in fixing your life. If you are ready to work hard, just like one of the characters of my books, Mr. This guy, Mr. Hussein, forgot his last name. Okay? If you are willing to do what he has done, when he learned that he had to invest $6,000 in unblocking his non-existent speech back then, non-existent, he couldn't speak, period. So he chose to follow my instructions and work really hard. That was his choice. And even for him, a person who didn't speak English language and had to learn English, even for him, it took only 2.5 years to learn English language, to get a job, to work for about 6 months to collect money, come to my class, enroll, and unblock his speech and live stutter-free for the rest of his life. It's all up to you and your choice. The world is crazy today. A lot of people believe that things should happen for them just for their attendance. freely. No, the world is not that. Even the system wants your money. The system wants you to keep coming to, what do you call it? Keep coming to speech therapists, to all kinds of speech trainers, all kinds of psychologists, psychiatrists, neurologists, all kinds of doctors. You need to feed them. You need, because they are on regular government state salaries. But how the salary, I mean, how the state is going to pay the money if you don't come to them? They need to be busy. So even if you ask Meta AI, they will tell you that you need to go to speech therapist. Okay. So support, okay. So 1 hour of this unique consultation costs $200. Okay. American dollars. If you can't afford to do just that, then you have a problem. You need to get a job, no matter what country you're living in. I know there are countries in the world that are extremely poor. It's really difficult to earn the money. But I also have had students who are from these kind of countries, and they somehow were able to manage it. Somehow, some of them traveled to get a contract and they worked in another country. They made money. I mean, I don't know. Everyone is different. Okay. So, and I want to mention that when people come to me for a free consultation, I give this time freely for 40 minutes, sometimes up to an hour. You see what I give you? I give you $200. But a lot of people schedule a call and they don't come. They don't appreciate my time. They don't realize that they receive $200 from me. Anyway, the donation for 1 day introduction course with 2 instructors. It's when you have 2 teachers in front of you. It's Mr. Snishko and myself. It's $2,000 and we work for about 6 hours. If you do only 1 day, it doesn't make sense to continue for us because you paid only for technical unblocking, for physical unblocking. If you have done that, don't expect miracles. There is no guarantee, as you saw, right? I explained there is no 100% guarantee. And 3-day full unblocking course with 2 instructors, 6,000 American dollars. It's a big investment. I understand that. I totally understand, but you got to understand we are living in the information war for your minds, for the minds of people. It's the war we are living in today. The whole world is collapsing. I mean, the economy in all the countries, because the economy in most of the countries is based on lies, cheating, deception, and the world is on fire today, literally, and on a fine matter level as well. So here is what you can do. You can donate, support our cause, and you can tell us how you heard about us, blah, blah, blah. So here are the pictures from the old website. I didn't even change anything. It's still here. Our project, because we are a donation company, we are a nonprofit. So let's go to contact us. How do you contact us? You see my picture, and I want you to see all these icons. Each of them is connected to the place where you can get in touch with me directly. All you need to do, just go there and write to me directly. You will be immediately in contact with me, because very often I see how people write to me, how can I contact you? That's how you can contact you. But my recommendation is go to Microsoft Teams. That's where I am now working because it's substitution for Skype. It does almost everything that Skype used to do, and I like it. I'm used to it. So you can go there and find me. I think there is Teams. One of them is Teams. Which one is Teams? I don't think we have. Is this Teams? Anyway, so you need to schedule a call with me, and I am freely available. Okay. Let me see what's happening now here because I am about to. I've been live for 1 hour, 15 minutes. Yeah, thank you so much. I got 2 likes, but I see many, many more people watching me now. I see the number. My recommendation is for you is please give me your like. Give me a like. At least I deserve that, right? You understand that when you like me, the video goes viral. But of course, people are so confused. They don't know whether what I say is true or not. So the bottom line, thank you so much for watching me. And misinformation word. Yeah, I like it what you wrote. Yeah. Not sure where my attention focus should be during this exact moment. Good job, guys. Sorry, I was focused on presentation. I didn't see your writing. Okay, let me go through this. I like it. What is stuttering? Hope the Mir Tahir is still here. I'm going to bring your question to the screen. What is stuttering? That's a very good question. In reality, stuttering is not a sickness. It's not a disorder. So I'm telling you what it is not. Not a sickness, not a disorder, not a neurological condition, not whatever they call it, right? So speech fluency disorder is a invention of the commercial system. It doesn't exist. So what is stuttering? It's a set of blocks of your body, mind, computer. Set of blocks. So it all begins with the mental blocks, of course. However, I want to just add little explanation. The moment a baby is born, each baby on the planet doesn't know words yet, but the speech tools are ready. He or she has speech tools to learn to speak with ease, with accuracy, has all the tools, equipped with all the tools. However, he doesn't know words yet. He hasn't developed the memory for usta memory, muscle memory for saying these words. He doesn't know auditory. He doesn't have auditory memory, hasn't developed the names of the objects. Like, for example, what is this? The book. It's a subject, speech subject, and the name of it is book. Okay. But the baby, newborn baby, doesn't know it. This is the only reason the baby doesn't speak yet. And then the child begins to grow up and imitating the environment. He looks at the mommy, daddy, teachers, friends, siblings. He looks at everyone around and imitates unconsciously the way people around speak. He begins doing exactly the same with this part of the body, imitating, doing exactly what other people do. And when I'm saying always he begins with that. He does what mommy and daddy do, okay? But every single child is a stutterer because, of course, he at first makes mistakes. Children all at first make mistakes. as they are imitating at first, it's not really clear. It's not precise, okay? Children make mistakes. And this is exactly what the system has used to invent this speech fluency disorder. Okay. I mean, I have many things to tell you, of course, but this is the bottom line. Stuttering is a set of blocks in your body and mind. As a child grows up and makes mistakes here and there while imitating, then at some point when he makes too many mistakes, someone tells him, "Oh, wow, you are speaking in a weird way. Go to a speech therapist." And that's when the process begins. Or the friend or the classmate begins to bullying this kid. Instead of saying correctly the word, you said the word incorrectly and someone started laughing at you. That's it. Your attention is already now on that. Oh, something is wrong with me. I need to fix it. I have a problem. I am sick. I am that. So you got to understand, it all begins. You accidentally made a mistake. A child can make a mistake imitating the way people say the word, right? And then the mind remembers the bad experience and you begin searching, if you already can, of course. But when you're in school, your parents begin searching. Your parents grab you and take you to places, I don't know, school therapy. It's free. Why not to do it? But if your parents brought you to a school therapist, even one time is enough to confuse you, to convince you that something is wrong with you, that you have a speech fluency disorder, that you have a bumpy speech, the way they call it, right? So anyway, that's the bottom line. I can explain in more details. So a person uses incorrectly his speech tools, natural speech tools. He uses them incorrectly because he believes lies. He's programmed to use these tools incorrectly. Who programmed you? I don't know. It usually starts with the family members. Your family members has done something wrong. And again, each life is different. We all have different life experience. Sometimes it's a trauma, yes. See how system works. They take something that actually is correct. Yeah, when a child goes through traumatic experience, where is his attention? On trauma. He's traumatized. And his attention is not using his natural tools. And where is his attention? Is supposed to be right here. When someone speaks, you should look right here and imitate unconsciously. It happens unconsciously. Imitation in children happens unconsciously. But when you are already an adult, of course, you got to become conscious and begin looking here. And what is it that you do? You do this. Every single person who stutters comes to me and goes like this. But these are little details. You cannot imitate people speaking well when you are not using another tool, your eyes. Your eyes is also the tool. How can you learn to imitate saying correctly words that are being said with this part of the body, but your eyes go elsewhere? Elsewhere, your eyes are there, on the floor, on the ceiling, everywhere else, but not in the correct place where it's supposed to be. Attention is something that we normalize on the second day of the class. We work with your attention, second day of the class. So if you take only 1 day course, we don't have time to work on your attention. We need to connect all the mental functions, natural mental functions of your body, mind, computer. You have them, but You are blocked. You don't have access to these things. Okay, hope I explained everything. Okay, how do I get rid of this? Hide. Okay, so let me see what else. Can start. Okay, can start being cured. Okay, good morning, Miss Anna. We did this. If you don't use it, you lose it. Amazing. I'm so excited. Of course, this is why I am excited about teaching this program for 13 years with always the same result. Okay, why does my usta get block freeze when I try to speak to strangers? Because your attention is on strangers. I'm not sure. Okay, let me put it so I could see your question. And Ifran Ali always asks great questions because he's been with me for quite some time, right, Ali? Why does my usta get blocked, froze, when I try to speak to strangers? Once again, because your attention is not on your speech tools, on using correctly your speech tools. Your attention elsewhere, on strangers, what they think about you, or maybe even if you even read anything from my book on those words. Okay, I'm not sure what mistake I'm making. I have been following the steps you mentioned in your books and videos. So it's time to talk why books don't work. I mean, they do, they make it easier, but if you went through presentation on my website, I show to people that books are the beginning of your journey. Maybe you need to take one day class. If you have read all my books, maybe it's going to be enough for you. But pay attention to the word maybe, because once again, one day class is just a partial. It's unblocking of this part of the body. If this is the only problem right now you have, then maybe one day class is what you need. But Ifran, you've been around me for too long to not understand that only unblocking individual time you spend with me, only this guarantees you a 100% full unblocking. It's a switch. See, like this. Here are your shackles, okay? So I have the right key to unlock your shackles. I remove the shackles, and guess what happens? Whoop! You're free to move your muscles without any tension, without any blocks, without being frozen, right? But this happens only in our class. Why books don't work? I mean, I don't know. Some people may feel it helpful, may improve a lot their speech. That's the reason I keep writing them, right? However, when you read books, what kind of words you are dealing with? Write to me. Ifran. I still see, I don't even know how to say your name. Ifran or Ifran. I don't know. So write to me. I'm waiting for you to write if you're still here. Okay, I don't see. Maybe you left. So you are dealing with written words. And what are written words? Let me show it to you. Here is a written word. Do you see this? Is it a melody that you can hear? Is it the word produced by this part of your body? Or it's a picture, it's a visual image that we can produce only with our writing hand or typing fingers or a printer. This word, let's say here is the word awaken. It's a picture. It's a visual image. In order to reproduce this word, we need to have a printer. We need to have a hand with a pencil or pen. But this part of your body, your usta, is not a printing device, is not a pen. This part of your body is a music player. It plays melodies. You gotta understand it. To produce melodies, we follow completely different laws of Mother Nature, completely different standards of Mother Nature, laws, rules. To reproduce the picture, the letters, we use a totally different process. We go through totally different process. Every time we try to say the written word, the visual image, you just ask yourself a question. Can I print out the word in letters coming out from my mouth? Is it possible? Do letters actually come out of my mouth? Do you see letters coming out of your mouth? See, I do my best to make it easy, easy, easy. What is it that is coming out of your muscles, of your mouth? What? You can't even see it. It's the sound waves that we don't see with our eyes. That's why, if your attention is on words, you still are not learning usta words, words for your usta. Okay, so here, I'm not sure what mistake I'm making. Okay. So I hope you understood. If you read books and you attempt to apply even rules we explain in the books, you're still dealing with visual images, not melodies. The only tool I recommend, Ifran Ali, I recommend Google Translate. That's where you're supposed to learn words. You just put it in and you listen. Don't even look at the letters. Forget about letters. Listen to the word and imitate. Say the word exactly the way it sounds. Forget about letters. We use it actually during the class, but we use it correctly. You have no idea how to use it. Okay, let me hide it. I have, hide. Okay, more questions. Not sure where my attention focus should be. Your attention should be during, okay, let me again tell it. Not sure where my attention focus should be during this exact moment. Your attention should be on using the natural speech tools. Are you aware of them? Are you aware of how to use them? No. I am the only English-speaking person who can help you with that. I'm sorry. I have been working for 13 years, but people still are not interested in my work. Only the ones who have a problem, of course, they are interested in my work. But the ones who work for the commercial system, the ones who still sell their techniques, their training methods, their all kinds of devices, they're not interested in my work. They are fine making money off all kinds of irrelevant things, irrelevant to speech, irrelevant to stuttering, irrelevant to speech. I mean, whatever. Okay. So are there any more questions here? Let me see. I'm not even paying attention to my Instagram today. I apologize, guys, because I have mentioned that my main presentation is going on multi-streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Instagram is just additional device. I'm using my cell phone. If you're interested, go and watch my presentation over here. I've been doing live presentation for an hour and a half. Kind of my voice is tired. Okay, so let me hide this and see. Show. So this is like the devil who steals, kills, and destroy, lying by making us believe all these lies. Yes. Yes, that's the crazy world we're living in. And the war between, it's called God and devil, or evil, good and bad. It's the war right now. We are right smack in the middle of the war. I am also in this war. I just don't pay attention to it, because if I do, I'll die. Okay. I just keep going, keep doing my work, keep going with my mission. No matter what they say, no matter what they lie about me, if you go, you probably can find a lot of lies about me online. Okay. But I just keep going with my work, one person at a time. My only sadness is about when my students graduate. It happens, it has happened a few times. I'm just ready to scream on top of my lungs when my students leave the class. They're so happy. They speak, they send me videos. I am 95% accurate. I made only one mistake. I'm this, I'm that. I am 98% accurate. I just had a long conversation with my mother, first time in my life. I'm this, I'm that. They're happy, happy, happy. And then they disappear from my life. They stop the quarantine level. They haven't completed the quarantine level. And instead, if they forget something, if they don't understand something, they make a mistake and they don't understand why they made a mistake. Instead of coming back to me, they again begin coming to systemic lies. And then they write to me, no, Anna, it's much more complex. It's difficult. I just recently got a message from one of my former perfect student, graduated with a perfect speech. And all of a sudden, he read somewhere, it's a new trend today. He wrote to me, it's a neuroplasticity of our brain. We need to rewire the brain. I'm like, stuttering is complex. I'm like, okay, if you believe so, keep going with your neuroplasticity, which is true. Yeah, our brain is plastic. Body, mind, computer can change. What does it mean, neuroplasticity? It's the fact that you can build new neurons in your brain. Yes, you can learn to do something in only 3 days. Yes. And this is exactly what we do. We rewire, we help you rewire your brain. But if you go to these neuroplasticity sellers, what is it that they do? They sell all kinds of, again, weird stuff. They sell weird things that you have to do. The old stuff that never works. Okay? It's a whole bunch of lies. So they confused my former student. He believed that. It's going to take a while for him to realize that what he is doing, he bought their book, that he probably read something in that book that confused him. Again, dealing with books, written images, right? Images, visual images. Once again, I am not even advertising my books. I am not spending money on marketing my books. I should, but I don't have much money for that. Okay, it's very expensive today. So the bottom line, books is also a long, long road of unblocking. You may. This book, look how many pages. It's very thick. It's a huge book. Not too many pictures, but a long book. How many pages are in this box? I'll tell you. 253. 253 pages, long book. And each and every page is written with this mission in my mind. You need to stop believing lies. You need to unblock your mind. Unblock. Stuttering is not complex. Stuttering disorder doesn't exist. Stuttering is a commercial project, and you are a part of this project. And you will continue to be a part of this project until one day you awaken and leave the commercial system. Global system. And today it's so kind of like obvious. Anywhere you go, you can see the same and the same lies. People are believing the same lies because it's been around since 1889. 1889. You want to know the story? Here is the book. This you can read. The story of who invented stuttering. And by the way, I'm going to mention, because I'm holding up the book, you can go to my YouTube better and see the film I have made, like, what is it? A little more than 10-minute video, maybe less. 10-minute film. I created this book. This book, I made it, turned it into a movie. I used AI, turning this book into a movie. It's really available. Go to YouTube. Go study it. But reading the books, for example, this book is written with this thing in mind, that one day some professionals, speech professionals, will be interested. They will be interested in reading this book, and because they have access to people who stutter. Look how skinny this book is. It's so easy. It's so like explained in details. Speech professionals should be able to understand it, especially if they are not. I'm trying not to say the word ignorant. Okay. If they are not that ignorant, okay, if they are open-minded, this book is written for those who work with you. If you go to speech therapists, advise them to buy, read, and understand this book. Advise them. This book is written for speech professionals. I'm not sure if anybody ever read it. Anyway, let me see if there are any other questions. Okay. Hide. Okay, the next one. I understood the difference between written word and oral word melody stored in our memory. Yeah, it's a huge difference. It's explained in the in the books as well. Okay, no more questions. Then 1 hour, 42 minutes. Do you have any questions? Come and book a call with me. Free. 45 minutes free, but then you have to pay. I'm not allowing more free time. I'm not giving it to you. It just doesn't make sense because it's not going to help you anyway. I mean, the time with me always helps to anybody, but if you don't take it seriously, then what? Lots of love to you, and I'll see if any advice for speech blockage. Of course, the whole thing is, how do you remove the speech blockage? How? Can you do it yourself? You're blocked. Imagine you need to understand what blockage, speech blockage is. This is a block that I explained already. Maybe you joined later. You have a block, you have a lock, handcuffs on your hands. Can you move freely your hands? What do you need to begin moving your hands freely? You need someone who has the key. For these specific handcuffs, for the lock, they unlock these handcuffs, remove them, and here we go. You can use your hands freely. The same is with this part of the body. You have a block right here, right here. You have a block in your mind and in your physical body. You're blocked. Yes, you can use it freely, but you need to remove the block. It's just we present it in this way so it would be easy to understand. It's easy to understand. You need to remove the block. Where is the block? In the body and the mind. What kind of a block you have? I don't know. Come to me. Let me look at you. Let me see what you're doing. When people are doing things, when they speak, I right away see what they're doing incorrectly. Right away. It doesn't take me much time. But of course, before I begin teaching and advising the way you ask for advice, before I can teach, before I can advise, I need to sit down with you for half an hour and see what you are doing, watch you do things, and explain this is what you're doing incorrectly. And usually what happens when I go, like, you see what you just did? Normal people never do this. This is one of your blocks. And they go like, wow, I never even realized I was doing it. And this is what is blocking my speech. Do you understand me? Let me put your... It's a good question, of course. Good question. Yeah. Oh, I like your avatar. Very cute. That's kind of is the image of a person who stutters. Right, blocked. That's what's happening when a person is blocked. We call it a stupor. A stupor, like you don't know where to go, what to do for some time. That's what blockage is. I call it with the word stupor. If you don't understand what it means, you can go and Google the word stupor. It's a very good word. Okay, if you request, someone requested to be live with me. Okay, let's do it. If a person wants to talk to me on Instagram. Ne? Are you going to talk to me? Hello, how to learn walking? Walking? By imitating others? When you were the baby, you didn't ask this question, you just learned. Now, if you stutter or stammer, you need to learn how to walk in speech. But walk not with your legs, but with this part of the body. When you walk today, you never ever think of your legs, right? You just do it. You got used to moving your legs one after another one, right? So, and if you block, if you stumble on something, my hair, it doesn't look right. So if you stumble on something, then the blockage happens. You may fall down, you may break your neck, you may step in something, like trip over the rock on your road. That's the blockage. So what do? You look, oh God, there is a rock in front of me. I didn't notice. You walk around and continue walking, right? Yeah. So anyway, but legs that walk, oh my God, I don't understand your writing. Guys, use Google Translate to write better. Use AI. Legs who walks, what's there of mind here? I don't understand. Don't understand your writing. So when you walk, you don't need to understand anything because you already learned to walk when you were a baby. You just walk. Move your leg one after another. How much thinking do you need to do when you walk? What is the rule of mind? I don't even understand the question. The mind, you want to understand what the mind is? I can show it to you. See, I always answer any question with a very simple way. What is the mind? You see this? Do you see this? The flash of light? So whatever you see at the end of this is your attention. This is the beam of your attention. Okay? It can go from anywhere, from your eyes, from anything. So attention focus. And whatever you focus on, this is your mind. So the little spot, sensory spot that you focus on, it becomes your mind. Right now, I'm focused on, see, I put the focus of this flashlight on this parrot. So I can talk about this parrot. That's where my mind is. The mind is not your brain. The mind is the end of your attention focus, the beam of your attention. I forgot how to walk. Are you drunk or what? Or maybe you had a stroke. It happens. I can't learn, my mind stacks. I don't know what this person is writing about. Zohar, you see how I deal sometimes with people, what they ask. I can't learn, my mind stacks. Because you're not using it correctly. When you use your body, mind, computer correctly, everything works perfectly. Roka, stop being ignorant. Yeah. Oh, someone wrote Roka. Okay, so let me hide this. Roka came. Roka Marik. Why you always go around the questions? Just say, I want help unless you buy course. Okay, you know what, Roka? I'm going to put you on stage. Roka, I can't take you. I can't help you if you're not in front of me. How can I help if I don't know what your blocks are? I can't. You have to come to me. And by the way, Roka, I give 45 minutes freely. You don't have to pay a penny. So it right away doesn't prove the point you made here. I do give 45 minutes of my time, sometimes up to an hour, which is $200. But do you come to me? No. You'd rather sit there and write things that are not true. Okay? Why you always go around the question? Just say, I want help unless you buy a course. I can. What is your question? I don't see your questions. If this is the only question you have, then I'm sorry, I cannot help you. Okay, so now here is someone else wrote, Solely Charles wrote, Roka, stop being ignorant. Yeah, this is how I look at people like that. I look at you guys, that you are children. Ignorant little children. You are ignorant. And whatever someone tells you, if you see the white robe, see, I'm wearing white today a little bit too, but it's not a robe, it's just to look prettier, right? So the moment you see the white robe, you enter the medical office and right away you go like, oh, I respect you. Yeah, you know a lot. You went to college. You learned so much. Listen, I went to college myself for 5 years. I went to speech therapy pathology school. Everything they taught me about was a lie. Every little thing appeared to be a lie. But it took me 30 years to realize that, over 30 years, because I have been teaching unblocking, teaching the program and doing unblocking for only 13 years. Before that, I was totally involved in therapeutic treatments, things that have been invented for profit, okay? Because I look like a robot. It looks like, teach me, please, people laugh at me. See how people write. How can I teach you if you don't come to my classroom? You got to join the class. If you want to learn, you have to enroll in my school, my dear. But for that, you have to work as well. Because it's not the cost of your liberation, for your awakening, for your life is very high today. very high. They're killing people today in big numbers everywhere on the planet. Okay, stupid people die out. I'm sorry, that's reality. And people who stutter are right there. Stuttering is killing silently because it's a bunch of lies. Okay, let me go, Roca. Stop being. Okay, now someone on Instagram is writing to me. I look like a robot. How can I set up a session? I'm based in South Africa. And how long is it? Guys, I just went through the whole almost 2 hours explaining this. I'm going to save this video. Go back and watch it. Okay? Take your time. I have given you 2 hours of my time. Now it's your time. Go and invest your time, your life. Do your best to learn. I'm attracted to your sexy body rather than you seemed old. Oh, guy. That's what it is. What's on your mind? That's where your attention is instead of being focused on my words. Okay? I'm old. I'm turning 66. But God is working with me. I know that Archangel Michael is behind my back supporting me. My guide is Archangel Michael. I don't know how much you know about that. He is behind my back. Okay? So whenever I lay down in bed and fall asleep, maybe hopefully in 10 years from now, at least, okay, I want to help you guys. I'm ready. My work of organizing things, creating the program, and being able to help you and even help you after the class maintain your liberation, your liberated speech and blocked speech. I'm all set up for that. But if you choose other mentors, I don't have any problem with that. Go and choose other mentors. Just don't complain that it doesn't work because it will never work. Okay? I can't is like speaking. Guy, use Google Translate. Use help of some writing tools. Okay? Stop writing to me this way. I don't understand your writing. Okay. God bless you, Anna. Hee. Thank you. I cannot even talk well still. Of course. Okay. There are some people we have already talked on a call. Okay. Let me see. Roca. Okay. Professor. We have already talked on a call, but I am hustling so I can get 3 days course, but it hurts. Yeah, I know. It's a very, very big war, huge war for human souls. Because right now, you are also struggling for of course, for your body, but mostly for your soul. The cost is extremely high, extremely high. So if you believe that you are worth it to live on this planet and you want to free yourself, liberate your soul, stop believing all the lies, you got to get really serious about getting the money. And if you already talked, then I explained to you that I do recommend you may take 1-day course. Yes, there is no 100% guarantee because there is no time. No time. I need 3 days in a row. Okay? 3 days in a row. If I do not have the time, then I can't guarantee 100% success guarantee you your success. Okay, I know how the program works. And I have had a few students who went through the course, 1-day course. They never came back to me. I don't know whether I actually do know about one person, because this lady is doing live streams on Facebook. I know it worked for her, but she was not blocked as much. She was mm, an athlete, and she was a coach working at the gym. By the way, her video is also added to my testimonials page. She is there. Her name was Jennifer, I believe, but I didn't mention it. Jennifer. I know for sure it worked for Jennifer because she never came back to me. And she was speaking beautifully, freely at the end of the 1-day course. After 6 hours of talking to me, she spoke beautifully already. Okay. Any other questions? But yeah, there is a war for your soul. The price is high. Okay. I cannot even talk well still. Of course, because you haven't been unblocked. I told you. Nothing works. Okay. And this. God bless you, Anna. God bless you all, guys. We are going through this hard time. Not easy. Do we learn sex? See, that's what I get. Instagram. Do we learn sex? Yes, we do. But we do it in a different way again. If all you have in your mind is sex, then you're going to stutter for the rest of your life. I'm sorry to say that. Because even sex is something that we do with a certain life experience. Okay? Or what a good sexy legs you have. Sexy legs. I don't know how he imagines sexy legs, but I guess the guy is totally cuckoo. I am sorry, you are totally cuckoo. Lots of love to you all, guys. We'll see. I may see you next week. Maybe I'm gonna do it on Friday. I don't know if I'm not gonna have a student. Okay. Lots of love to you. Please share this video everywhere. Cut it. Make shorts of it. Share. It's gonna work. It's gonna help a lot of people, and it's gonna save a lot of souls. Okay? Bye-bye.